Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
That had to be.
We got some InsurTech in the house.
We do.
With Mr. Kevin Stein. Welcome to the Insurance Dudes.
Thank you.
As Stein was coming out of my mouth, I was thinking, did he say Stein or did he say Stein?
It's Stein.
I had a 50-50.
When I was in Germany, I kept on telling people how to say it, and they're like, yeah, we know.
We know.
You come from here.
Oh, yeah.
You're, yes. I like it. So, well, welcome to the Insurance Dudes. Yes, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Do the deep.
For speed breakers.
Speed breakers. We really need to get the button thing that we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
The air horn button, that'll help too at the beginning.
Yeah, that's
wait,
best.
we do have that. Hold on.
Let's do it. Let me hear it.
Oh, hold on.
Is it this? No.
There you go. Oh, that's it.
There you go.
There we go. So I guess we should play that as speed. So let's begin Speed Breakers.
Beautiful.
My note isn't pulled up. Here we go. Have you ever had a mullet?
I have not.
Jack, Jim, or Jose?
All of them?
Oh, it's called a three wise men if you mix them together. Most embarrassing thing your mom ever caught you doing?
Not for this podcast.
Ever jumped out of an airplane?
I have. Yes, over Monterey. Beautiful.
What was that like?
Ooh.
Oh, it was incredible. I just literally saw the entire coastline of California.
Wow, that's crazy.
And maybe your life flashed before your eyes as well?
I have this weird thing where I'm not afraid of heights at all. It could actually be dangerous, but I love heights. Not scared at all. It's weird. I'm scared of tiny things, just not heights.
So you do have the mechanism in your brain that makes you have fear.
I have fear, but not the mechanism to be scared of heights. Supposedly you're born with it. I guess I wasn't. I don't
Interesting. Yeah, like the
bees?
The guy from Free Solo, he has no fear, whatever the thing is in his brain.
He's just missing it. That's crazy.
He's just missing it. He is nuts. Best dinosaur.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Triceratops.
Wow, our first Triceratops.
Yes, first Triceratops.
I think they're a vegetarian.
Yeah, actually, I'm vegetarian.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
No kids.
Have you made cry? Sorry, please wait for the...
All of the kids.
All of the...
None to all. It's my face. That's the problem. It just kind of happens naturally.
Right. And so if you want to see that, you can always go to YouTube. If you're just listening to the audio, Count Chocula or Count Dracula?
Dracula.
What year did Marty go back to when he went back in time? The first time.
1972?
That's my birth year. I wasn't supposed to give that away. I was Sam 90. It was
That's not your birth year. It's
55. What kind of car was Kit?
Is that the love bug?
No. Hello, Michael.
Am I too young for this?
Maybe.
Herbie?
Yeah.
Sure. What country is Hasselhoff Eugen?
Germany.
That's right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Tacos or burritos? And you are correct with dogs.
All day.
Burritos. It's been a burrito day. What does ALF stand for?
Oh, man. Wasn't it short for his name? Alfred? No?
No, I was thinking of Homer. What the J stands for. Huh. No, alien life form is the correct response.
Yeah, that was my first video game, was ALF.
Oh, really?
Computer game, I guess. Yeah.
There was an ALF video game?
In the game?
Yeah, it was like a original DOS game or something.
Eats cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he did in the game, though, right? He ate cats?
You're not. Then what do you mean you're too young? If you know that.
I mean, I guess I just didn't remember.
No, it's okay.
It's been a while.
What was the final villain in Ghostbusters?
I don't know. I'm failing this test.
You're fine. No, it's okay. There's no correct answer. Trump or Biden? And time is up.
Wrong podcast.
Time is up. Time is up.
I like the ding. That's a perfect time for the ding.
You've got to be kidding me that we haven't been doing this. Well, Mr. Jason, you have one final question.
Yes, Mr. Kevin. What was the first concert you ever went to? Go all the way back to Barney. I want to know.
My first concert was a Drifters and Temptations concert with my dad. Yeah. It was the Santa Clara County Fairground.
Oh, yeah. You get good music up there.
That is
really
cool.
good music. My dad was big with the oldies. He was in religious service. He was a Catholic brother, and yet had a gigantic baby blue T-Bird that he would drive between the school he was teaching at and the church.
Wow.
Just blasting the Temptations driving down the street.
That is fantastic.
That is amazing. So start back when you were tempted and drifting all the way into engineering with Berkeley and Stanford, and now managing 50 million in sales and all the other cool stuff. So much stuff. Dive in. Take us back.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a master's in science from Stanford and a bachelor in science from Berkeley, and you're on the Insurance Dudes?
Yeah,
we are honored.
Well, I mean, I got to keep my intellectual chops up. Make sure my game is on. So yeah, it's funny, right? So I did my master's in aerospace engineering at Stanford, and I don't know, 15 years later or so, I was running a retail brokerage out in the Sierra Nevadas selling home insurance, which if you told me that in grad school, I would tell you, what the hell happened in my life? Something went wrong.
Were you actually writing business? Like you were on the phone selling?
Absolutely.
That's really interesting because, I mean, in my whole career of doing different sales, talking to engineers has been just like, oh shit, they need to know the answer to, like, they're the ones that say, give me the policy jacket, and they'll actually read it, right? Like they read everything.
Every little.
What about this? And you're like, well, it doesn't matter because it is what it is. And did you have to change your whole vernacular in order to sell? Like, do you have to dumb it down?
I love my engineers. I love them to death. I was a little bit of a fish out of water.
Okay.
It's funny because I'd go between my engineering classes in grad school and business classes. I go in the business classes, everybody would be up, talking, meeting each other. You go into engineering class, before the professor shows up, everybody's silent. Sitting there in their chair, silent.
It's like
I'd feel bad, right? I'd lean over to the guy and be like, hey, how'd you do on the homework last night? And they'd be like, everybody would be walking around at me.
I'm reading.
Nobody, professor's not here. What does it matter? It's just talk. Anyway, yeah. So
interesting. It's like a junior high dance
more
with the
business development stuff.
Yeah. So
that is interesting.
I do love my engineers.
Dude, those are some tough schools. Let's just be honest. So you don't seem to have the personality of an engineer. Give us some other tidbits. You didn't think that you were going to go into what you went into necessarily. So I want to go a little deeper in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so I was working out of grad school, I was working for a commercial satellite company. We did the satellites for DirecTV, Dish Network, AT&T, Verizon, XM Sirius Radio, all that stuff. One of the coolest things I did is we worked on 2 satellites that gave internet to all of Australia.
Wow.
Which is super cool.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
The best one I did a proposal for NASA. Didn't get accepted, sadly, but we designed a telescope that went around the sun and looked at Alpha Centauri trying to look for life, for alien life.
Well, I like it.
That
I'm interested in that project.
That was cool.
That is awesome.
But I mean, they should have done it. But yeah, no, I mean, the way we looked at it, so I actually started a space startup before this company that was basically stringing up cell phone towers in all of space, connecting everything real time, every satellite you could talk to at any moment. But the space industry is incredible and amazing. The space-based economy is still coming. It's got some years to go before it's really a market size that justifies a lot of different things. So the way I looked at it at the time when we started this company was that we really got to do something that utilizes some interesting space-based data to be able to impact real people on the ground, because there's a lot of great ideas and cool technology that goes into space, but there's a lot of problems here on the ground that we also need to take care of. And there's nothing like the insurance industry, just when it comes from the power of the economic driver. There is so much that you can do by taking a mission and matching it with a business plan that uses, capitalism to drive that mission. And for us, we're really working to Dallas is working to try to help people in wildfire areas in all catastrophe regions eventually, starting with wildfire areas. And we truly believe being able to be in a position where we are insuring homes, that gives us the revenue and the money to be able to turn, not just from a coverage standpoint, but from a hardening standpoint, from a loss control and loss reduction standpoint, where we can sit in a position where we have the resources to actually try to protect homes.
I love that, especially being in California. And I know you're in California with all the recent wildfires. What a need, especially. Yeah, you guys did, man. That was
right
rough.
when COVID started.
Yeah. So take us a little deeper on that. Yeah. Super.
Yeah. So 4 years ago, my co-founder and I, same co-founder, Shannon McIntyre, that we started the previous company, we decided to start this one. And what we realized is that we had the opportunity to take satellite imagery. Her background is physics and predictive modeling. My understanding of satellite imagery, her understanding of predictive modeling, to model catastrophe in higher spatial resolution, really dangerous level, changing conditions over time correlates to a heightened or reduced likelihood that a home is burnt down in California or hit by a hurricane in Florida. The specific reason that we wanted to focus on catastrophes, a lot of things you can do with satellite imagery, but we felt that there was sort of a hole in society, not necessarily in any one industry, right? There's very clearly an increased number of natural disasters every single year. Yeah. There's very clearly an increase in amount of destruction that comes from each natural disaster. And frankly, I don't care why. It's just what's happening, right? That's just the reality we live in. And so there's a lot of people in California here, and I'm sure in Arizona as well, that are now in a fire area that weren't previously in a fire area. Right? They didn't move, just there's more fire. So there's a lot of folks sitting there saying, hey, I see the smoke in the air every single year. I read the stories about paradise. It's horrifying. My home is here. My livelihood is here. My family is here. How do I navigate the fact that I now live directly in the line of fire? And there's no entity that does that right now, that helps people navigate that. CAL FIRE tries, but really, they should be fighting the fires, right? They should be focused on fighting fires, not on helping people through this situation. So go ahead.
Well, and you're probably about to say it, but I'm curious how, if all the other
insurance,
if all the other companies can't or won't, how does Delos step in and do it?
To be continued.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now. It's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.